Poor mothers of his two best friends.
Friends he lost in a car crash 2 years ago. He's under a court order to talk to students about bad decisions, terrible consequences.
It's a story of forgiveness in the wake of immeasurable loss, and it comes from reporter Eric Hansen at Southeast Polk High School outside of Des Moines.
School loyalty will fill seats 45 minutes before a tip-off. By game time, the last ones are up for grabs. But at Southeast Polk,
and our kids were so loved.
The pom-poms and pep band will wait for another night. This one,
he just made me smile every day.
They held Kleenex and each other.
But if you truly knew Connor, you all would agree what an awesome person he was.
You see, Jenny's son Connor and Carla's boy Kip were sophomores 2 years ago. They and their friend Sam were good kids.
I had no worries when they were together.
But that May night,
and the last words I said, be careful.
You never think you're going to get that phone call that you need to go to the hospital, your son's been in an accident.
They had not been drinking or doing drugs or texting in Sam's 92 Camaro. They just wanted to open it up.
And before you know it, they're going well over 100 miles an hour. That is exactly how the police found the car after the crash. It literally tore the car in half.
Investigators estimate the blue sports car was going 116 when it hit that tornado siren. 2 teens, 2 classmates, dead. Their friend, the driver, survived.
One little mistake, and this is where we are.
Which is about the time that driver, now a senior, walked to the front of that hushed auditorium, filled to standing room only, and took the microphone.
The 2 victims that died were my closest friends. They probably were your friends, too.
Sam Wilkens doesn't remember much about that night.
I remember someone screaming to me, "Are you okay? Are you okay?"
But he can tell you every detail of the funeral when he first spotted those heartbroken moms.
I was really nervous about approaching her. I was amazed she hugged me, even though she had lost her only child.
He was responsible for 2 deaths. And at 16 years old, you can't fathom that.
No reason for me to treat him differently or be any other way to him.
The foot on the accelerator that night was Sam's.
And now, I have to live with the burden of that guilt every second of every day. And it will never go away.
But the teenager owning up to it in front of his entire community is that same guy.
The story is about choices, consequences, forgiveness and redemption, and empowerment.
Tears still flow, but 3 grieving families didn't bare their souls for show. They did it for a lesson in sorrow, forgiveness, and community.
And you know what? I don't want any other families to go through this.
Just think about your choices before you make an action, and they're always going to have consequences.
As long as teenagers drive, their moms will be nervous. But this night, they understood. Life is precious, and every trip home is a responsibility.
Eric Hansen reporting. Sam Wilkens' speech is part of his court-ordered community service. The mothers volunteer their time to support Sam and help get his message across.
Now, we did some checking. In Nebraska, the number of crashes involving teen drivers has dropped every year since 1999, from a high of 8,100 accidents that year to under 2,900 in the year 2011.
Still ahead,